The 2019 Rogue Invitational is presented by Concept 2. Concept 2 is a family-owned business of athletes and fitness enthusiasts dedicated to providing innovative, high-performance training equipment. Concept 2 indoor rower, ski erg, and bike erg. By RP Strength, the advanced science of diet and training, customized to get you results. And by ROMWAD. Optimize your range of motion. Official partner of the CrossFit Games and the Rogue Invitational. Start your 30-day free trial at romwad.com/rogue.
Who wants to go to the CrossFit Games for the teams? We're going to find out over the next two events here at the 2019 Rogue Invitational in Columbus, Ohio, at this beautiful 600,000 square foot facility at Rogue Fitness HQ. Thanks for being with us, everybody, as we get set for the 6th of 7 scored events for the teams. I'm Sean Woodland with Bill Grundler, and Rory McKernan is on the field. Here are your standings after 5 events. It is CrossFit OC3 trying to hold off Invictus Back Bay. OC3 with a 62-point lead over Invictus Back Bay. CrossFit 417, one of the other teams vying for that invite. 2 movements here in this 6th event. We're going to work in male-female pairs.
I think we could have just called this event shoulder balls, because that's about what it is. It's shoulders all day long. But we have those dumbbell snatches, and they're heavy, 100 pounds and 70 pounds. And then strict handstand push-ups. The number is high, and both teams get to do all that work together.
Here are your lane assignments for event number 6, the Snatch and Press, and it's CrossFit OC3. They are your overall leaders. They will be right in the middle of the field in lane 5, lined up right next to the team that is immediately behind them in the overall standings, CrossFit Invictus Back Bay. We are underway. One pair will be working on the handstand push-ups. One pair will be working on the dumbbell snatches. Once they complete all the reps, they will switch, and we'll go through it again.
And as we look across the field, one of the things that I have to start with is those handstand push-ups. Strict handstand push-ups seem to be such an important key element in whatever we're doing, and to this one in particular. So you want to put your weakest handstand people to the front, meaning make them work the handstand push-ups while they're fresh. They can break up whatever they need to, then put them on the dumbbell snatches after that. The other thing is we have a lot of reps to do, and we talked about how painful this is going to be on the shoulders. So break up early so you can plan on being more successful later in the field. Break up way before you need to.
Andrea Nisler for OC3 just kicked off the wall. Rich Froning on the other side for CrossFit Mayhem Freedom off the wall. Early on here in event number 6, 80 dumbbell snatches as a pair, 40 handstand push-ups as a pair. They have to be strict. And then once each pair completes their work, they will switch and go through the other movement. It's CrossFit Balance, one of the feel-good stories of the competition so far, as Caitlin Mead, you just saw her, stepped in for an injured Elizabeth Perry and was a spectator, and now finds herself being a competitor. This is the standings, or these are the standings for that invite that is up for grabs here at the Rogue Invitational. OC3 are leaders, Invictus Back Bay 3rd place overall, but they are the closest team to OC3 as far as this race is concerned, and 417 and Independent still have an outside shot here.
And so right in the middle we have OC3, and look how fast they're moving their dumbbell. Obviously very confident there, but if you look just to the right, Craig Kenny in the white t-shirt, both he and his other team member are moving that dumbbell extremely fast. Rapid fire, touch and go right off the ground. That's a great position for them to be in.
Invictus Back Bay, the pair of Tolomor Aquino and Meg Reardon, watching Craig Kenny and Kelsey Keel work together on the dumbbell, as they have already knocked out their 40 handstand push-ups. Every team's first pair is through the handstand push-ups, and they're waiting now on the dumbbell snatches. Rich Froning and Tasia Persevich watching Gray Strom and China Cho on the dumbbell. 100 pounds for the men, 70 pounds for the women. That's a burly lift to do that many times.
Well, now the team that's actually, the way it's set up, the team that's going to be, the reason I wanted the handstand push-ups to be put for the teams that aren't as strong because they don't have any rest. You can see that first group of handstand push-up people, they're resting. So they're hanging out right now. They have a lot of time to recover. The athletes that are on the dumbbells, they have to go fatigued now into the handstand push-up. So we really want to make sure that they are very strong in the shoulders and they're going to be able to handle that workload.
Invictus Back Bay getting set to make the transition, and they need to really start putting some distance between themselves and OC3 in some of these events. Now a mix-up on the transition. They make the tag, and now they can go. So Invictus Back Bay, first to get their second pair on the handstand push-ups. CrossFit Mayhem Freedom also making the transition as well. Craig Kenny and Kelsey Keel now on the handstand push-ups. Tolamora Quino and Meg Reardon on the dumbbell for Invictus Back Bay. China Cho and Dre Strom now on the handstand push-ups for CrossFit Mayhem Freedom. Next to them is Jared Stevens. He's getting set to make the transition for CrossFit 417. As now OC3 has also gotten their second pair onto the handstand push-ups, and they have made the switch, and that is Meg Reardon and Tolamora Quino on their dumbbell snatches.
And two very strong athletes. One of the things I love about Tino is he's a wrestler too. So you have to, one, there's that mental, you talk about us all the time.
I do.
Wrestlers are a little bit crazy. We have a high pain tolerance. We love just kind of getting after it, but he's so strong. Same thing with Meg Reardon. We know the power that she has, and look at the way they're just cycling that dumbbell.
So Meg Reardon has already earned an individual invite to the CrossFit Games as she makes the tag to Tolamora Quino. She earned that through her victory at the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge. Meanwhile, Mayhem Independence down in lane 8. They haven't even made the switch yet to their second pair. They had an outside shot coming into this event of possibly earning that invite, but those chances are quickly dwindling right now. Royce Dunn and Kristen Miller now onto the dumbbell snatches. And it's Chase Hill and Ellie Kabord moving to the handstand push-ups. "40 handstand push-ups, 80 dumbbell snatches, divided up however they want. And everyone has made the switch now, as CrossFit Mayhem Independence was the last team to do so. I take that back, it was actually CrossFit Balance, but Craig Kenny and Ellie Kabord. I'm sorry, Craig Kenny and Kelsey Keel. Craig Kenny and Kelsey Keel are done with their handstand push-ups as they watch Tolamora Quino and Meg Reardon go through the dumbbell snatches. I mentioned CrossFit Balance, they are competing, but however, since they did not stick with their original roster because Elizabeth Perry got injured, they are not technically scoring points in this competition.
Wow.
And Kelsey Keel is cheering on Meg Reardon and Tolamora Quino. Their judge is holding them back because when they're done, they have to sprint across the finish line. But Invictus Back Bay could really use an event win here to try and gain some ground on CrossFit OC3 in the overall standings. Andrea Nisler on the dumbbell snatches, along with Joe Persanti. She'll make the tag, and Persanti gets to work on the left of your screen. Tolamora Quino and Meg Reardon in the middle. They are done.
Oh, wow.
They will make the tag. And it's Invictus Back Bay with a huge win here in Event 6. Meanwhile, Rich Froning and company, CrossFit Mayhem Freedom, they will take second. And now for OC3, they're going to start thinking about doing some damage control. And no rep for Nisler, as Schaefer and Williamson are waiting to join them in the run to the finish line. So Taylor, Williamson, Luke Schaefer, Joe Persanti, and Andrea Nisler across at OC3 across the finish line. They will take third, so they will give up 20 points to Invictus Back Bay, and that margin will now shrink to 42 as Don't Stop, Jen Smith, Roy Gamboa, Alexis Johnson, and Travis Williams are in. Team Ramwad Witt have finished up. The foursome of Alex Smith, Cody Mooney, Jessica Griffith, and Camila Blanc-Bazinet. 417 still out on the floor. CrossFit Mayhem Independent still working, and CrossFit Balance. And now 417 is done. So this is turning into really a two-team race for that invite to the 2019 Reebok CrossFit Games, as Invictus Back Bay and CrossFit OC3 are going to take this battle into the tug of war. Meanwhile, CrossFit Mayhem Independence is seeing their chances of earning the invite from this event pretty much go out the window. They were 146 points behind CrossFit OC3, and they are not going to be able to make that deficit up in one event. Royce Dunn and Kristen Miller on the dumbbell snatches. 80 of those reps that they needed to complete, and now Mayhem Independence is done. And a disappointing finish for them here in the second to last event of the team competition at the 2019 Rogue Invitational. The CrossFit Balance is the only team left on the field, and again, they have technically withdrawn from the competition, and that was because Elizabeth Perry got hurt in the first event. She lacerated and broke her finger, had to withdraw from the competition. That woman, Caitlin Mead, who gave us a great moment yesterday, stepped in. She was a spectator here.
So cool.
Now, here she is in the competition. And if you didn't see what happened last night, you're definitely going to want to go back and watch that. That was a fantastic moment for her on those barbell snatches. That's Zoe Pond McPherson as Caitlin Mead looks on. Craig Williams on the dumbbell snatches. Patrick Kelly is the other man on the team. A 12-minute time cap in this event, so just about 2 minutes to go before we hit that. And Balance is going to do it.
Really want to know if this is going to start changing Caitlin's perspective on competition. You know, I've done a competition with Rich Froning Jr. and, you know, China Cho and whatever. We got a big names you want to throw out there. I've been on the floor with them. It's cool.
CrossFit Balance is across the finish line, and that'll close out event number 6 for the teams. But it's Invictus Back Bay closing the gap with CrossFit OC3. They pick up 20 points on the team that leads the competition right now, and Invictus Back Bay is still going to have their work cut out for them in the final event.
And we really knew that there was going to be a battle between OC3 and Back Bay. We saw them coming into it. We knew how close it was going to be. But, I mean, you can never count out Mayhem Freedom or Rich or his team. Those guys, they were rapid fire on those handstand push-ups. But then after that, it just came down to what Back Bay was able to do. They just looked so strong. You see Kelsey Keel there on the touch and go, the dumbbell snatches. Same thing on the handstand push-up. Very strong team. On the final segment of the dumbbell snatches, Meg and Tola were just touch and go, super strong, moved that dumbbell so well, and this is exactly what they wanted. They've been kind of creeping into position, and now they're really creeping into position. They're knocking on the door with OC3, and even though they're behind, they're kind of in a win-win situation. It's confidence building now. OC3 is now starting to get a little nervous, and that can be dangerous for them.
Second win in the last 3 events for Invictus Back Bay. 6 minutes, 43.18 seconds, a little more than 6 seconds faster than Rich Froning and CrossFit Mayhem Freedom, and OC3 will finish in third. Let's send it down to Rory McKernan with CrossFit Invictus Back Bay.
All right, friends, first I gotta set the record straight, because I saw you in Reykjavik and we were in Invictus Boston. Here we're in Invictus Back Bay. What's the deal with the naming system?
We have a few gyms in Boston, so usually we go Invictus Boston. Our affiliate's Back Bay, though.
Okay, so we can go with Invictus Boston. Okay, great. Kelsey, in Reykjavik, you guys had a fantastic competition, but you guys have been traveling the world in pursuit of this games ticket. Can you fill people at home in on what it's been like pursuing this berth to the games this year?
I think we're just super lucky that we can continue to travel as a team. We all 4 of us really want to punch our ticket together, so wherever we can go make that happen, and we're just getting better with each competition. So.
Okay, so looking ahead now, Meg, to Tug of War, 1 event left. What do you like your chances of the final event here?
I'm pretty pumped about this. Team Big Body right here, so I got some pretty strong teammates. I'm really excited to see what happens.
All right, we can't wait to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Invictus Boston.
Second win in 3 events for Craig Kenny, Tolamora Quino, Meg Reardon, and their team as they look to make it to the CrossFit Games. It's been windy here because the Cyclone's coming up next. We'll have it for you at the 2019 Rogue Invitational.